Abby McCurtain is the inspiration for the social-emotional children's book, I See You, Do You See Me? Promoting inclusion, acceptance, compassion, and kindness. Here's the story.
Abby is 14. She was diagnosed just around 10 months of age with Lee syndrome, which is a mitochondrial disease. And at the time, the prognosis was maybe 2 years. So when you get that news, you're kind of mourn the loss of what you had hoped for your little girl, and I was 7 weeks pregnant with my son. So you have all these things going through your head, and I could have just collapsed, but I was like, I want to make the most of everything we have. Along the way, I just started piecing together other families that were like us, and meeting with organizations like Fragile Footprints or Plymouth County Family Support. And we get out and we do surfing and horseback riding and roller skating, and she does skiing. And I was like, we can do this stuff. We can do hard things. There's people to help us. And when I was talking to Shannon, like we were just talking about the disconnect between at home, you have certain things and you have to really work hard for it. And a lot of the resources come from other families talking to me or me sharing stuff with them. But I mean, I feel like as we're going down this path and making so many great friends and helping other families, like we see what Abby does, you made us want to try. Keep doing what you're doing. She seems so happy. You guys are getting so much done.
I've known Heidi for 20 years, and I met Abby when she was an infant. And we have been friends since. We lost touch for a little bit and we reconvened and just to catch up, and we talked about starting, a project and life goals and what are our interests, because it had been a few years since we had seen each other. And I work in public schools, and Heidi was talking about inclusion and Abby and what's meaningful to her as a mom within the home, and we just realized that our ideologies started to align between home and school. And I had written a book about 10 years ago, and it was more of a school-based book on behavior, and I put it aside to have kids, and Heidi and I started talking again about, maybe a new book and a new idea to bring to our community and bring to our schools, and have it based around Abby because she's such an amazing girl, and that's really the creation of it. From there, we began brainstorming, and it's been really fun.
As we were trying to see how we can make school kind of overlap with home and community stuff, and that's where Todd came in. When I was married, we did Team Hoyt New England stuff, and Todd was working with Team Hoyt New England. He's now with Smile Mass, and I was like, oh, Shannon wrote a book, and she was kind of interested, and he's like, yeah, well, I'm just switching jobs right now, so get back to me. And he's like, but this sounds like a really great project. And once he got his feet wet at Smile Mass, and we had all reconvened, and he's like, yeah, let's give it a go. The timing was everything. I had just reconnected with Shannon, and like she said, we wanted to have a legacy book for Abby. I wanted people to see that, she doesn't see herself in a wheelchair.
It's really to see the best in others and in yourself. That's really the theme behind the book, and it's a great book. It's meaningful. It shows life through the eyes of Abby and all the amazing things that she does. She is in a wheelchair, however, that does not define her, nor does it stop her. And the book, you'll see throughout all the amazing activities she does, from cheerleading, just like my daughter, to swimming, to surfing, to sailing. And it's to show that perspective within schools especially, and just in the community between younger children and even adults alike, that they're, just because you look different doesn't mean that your life is any different. It's just as fulfilling as anyone's.
She might see someone with a cast or crutches, and she kind of might cringe, and I said, well, you don't want people to react like that to you. And she's like, no. And it's just, she doesn't see herself in the chair. She doesn't see her disability, and that's amazing. And just like when we're out and you walk by somebody, I mean, once somebody smiles, it kind of breaks the ice, and it's just like, she wants people to say hi to her. You know, there's places somebody might stare at her, and then sometimes someone smiles and she smiles back, and then they might come over and offer her a lollipop or just, you know, re-engage. And I think it's so important to let kids know everybody wants friends. She had a 13th birthday, and you know, she recognized people as they were coming in, and I love seeing people that have been in her lives for years realize she has friends. She likes these things. She can use an iPad. So I'm like, yes, she can do all these things too. Maybe not like we do, but she can do them.
The premise behind the book is to put your Abby Max on and see the best in others and in yourself. So there's a reflective piece, and we thought, you know, from the school perspective, that it's really important to have something tangible, especially for, you know, group lessons, mini lessons, conflict resolution within the schools, within the school halls. So having, you know, something tangible or some sort of slogan can be a gentle reminder for students alike to be a good friend and to also be good to yourself, because it's not just about Abby Mack, you know, being good to Abby Mack. It's about being good to all friends and, you know, being kind to yourself too.
In the book, in the back, there's a cutout of eyeglasses. So it's almost like having a visual tool. So when you're having a hard time and you put on your Abby Max, it'll help you see the kindness in others and yourself. So it's almost like, you know, just something that you can use as a reference point, I guess.
As we were talking about Abby and all the incredible activities that she does, it was, you know, what other things can we put into this book that can be meaningful to other children and, you know, adults of all cognitive abilities. So the book is centered pre-K to 2. So preschool to 2nd grade, and it's really conflict resolution. It's about, you know, bullying and you know, all of these preventative measures, and really it's really just so simple. It's about kindness and friendship.
It's okay if there's things you can't do too, and to give yourself grace, but I feel like if you just try to do hard things and to, she's just experiencing life, and I didn't want her, like with my own self or even with my son, just try stuff. You might not like it, but just experience the seasons, experience different sports, experience different foods and friendships, and just really get out there.
We are so glad you stopped by. If you would like to support community in action through media, please consider donating to the local scene. The QR code here will take you where you need to go. Thanks, friend.